Carlos Mendoza defends Brett Baty after costly moment in Mets collapse. Manager refuses to blame young outfielder as seventh-inning meltdown flips game versus Diamondbacks. For 6 innings, the New York Mets looked composed, efficient, and in control. Then, in a matter of moments, the game slipped away after a play in right field involving Brett Baty. But manager Carlos Mendoza made it clear afterward that the story wasn't as simple as it looked. A narrow 1-0 lead entering the 7th against the Arizona Diamondbacks quickly turned into a damaging defeat as one sequence opened the door for a 4-run inning that ultimately sealed a 7-1 loss. When Gabriel Moreno drove a deep ball toward the wall, Baty tracked it back before colliding with the padding as the ball ricocheted away. The misplay allowed the Diamondbacks to level the score and ignited a sudden surge that the New York Mets never recovered from. Mendoza, however, was quick to shut down any suggestion of fault. "I don't think so. He was a little shallow there. Moreno got a good piece on that one. I don't think Baty had a chance on that one there," he said postgame. What might have been a routine defensive highlight instead became the spark for a complete momentum swing. The Diamondbacks capitalized immediately, turning pressure into production with a string of timely hits that exposed the New York Mets' vulnerability once the game tightened. It was less about a single mistake and more about how quickly the situation escalated. Within minutes, a controlled performance turned into a chasing effort, underlining the fine margins that have defined the Mets' early season inconsistency. The loss also came with the continued absence of Juan Soto, whose bat has been missing from the lineup due to a calf strain. Without him, the Mets have at times struggled to build on slim leads, a factor that loomed large once the Diamondbacks found its breakthrough. Encouraging signs hidden beneath the result. Despite the scoreline, there were positives for Mendoza to take. Nolan McLean delivered one of his most assured outings of the season, carrying a shutout into the later innings while displaying improved command and composure. "He was really good today. He had everything working, especially the sinker," Mendoza said, highlighting the pitch that kept the Diamondbacks hitters off balance for much of the night.